In this video, I'll be sharing with you my 5 biggest tips to get in more calories if you're struggling to hit your calorie goal, you're struggling with gaining weight and building muscle. And these 5 tips is what took me from looking like this at 54 kilos, struggling to gain weight with a fast metabolism and things like that, to now at 80 kilos lean. And this is a completely natural transformation. And I'll be getting straight into this video, boys, because it's a banger. So the first one is liquid calories. So understand it's much easier to drink 1,000 calories than what it is to eat 1,000 calories. So some really good examples of liquid calories are things like bulking shakes and chocolate milk. I don't really like getting my calories, like if I'm going to do this, from something like, a full sugar can of Coke or something like that, or Mountain Dew or some bullshit like that. Juice is another good one as well. Just try not to get it from like sodas and soft drinks and things like that. But bulking shakes and chocolate milk are my 2 favorites. So for example, a really good bulking shake that I recommend, and I used to drink this bulking shake every single day when I was bulking, and this is what allowed me to go from 54 kilos to 80 kilos, was this bulking shake. It was perfect to drink before work, before school, when I was at school. It's a banger. So I've got it here, which you can go copy this, screenshot this, whatever, and make this. It's like 800 calories, 50 grams of protein. And the bulking shake is great to have for breakfast, especially if you're not hungry in the morning or you don't have time to eat. This will take you like a minute to make, and it's like 1,000 calories. And if you're eating like 3,000 calories a day, you've got a third of your calories out the way before you've even left the house. It's a banger. Or you can also have it before bed. So if you're like really full and you don't want to eat, but you know that you still need to get like 1,000 calories in, just go and make this before you go to bed. Liquid calories are a cheat code. The next one is calorie dense foods. So calorie dense foods are just foods that are high in calories and easy to get down. Or calories like you won't even notice that they've been added, For example, right, like some people, I don't know how well versed you are, but like, for example, a lot of people think that a Caesar salad is a healthy food choice, like it's healthy to have, but it's actually got like 1,000 calories in it because of the sauce, the oils, things like that. So like, you need to apply the same rule for you when it comes to getting in more calories so you can gain weight. So some examples of this are things like olive oil, sauces, peanut butter, and I've just listed some examples here. So like the olive oil, 100 calories, peanut butter, and these are all for tablespoons, right? So like what you could do, like this is just for one meal as well. So you could add 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and if you think that's gross, or like I used to think that was gross, you actually don't even notice it, especially if you're having something like rice or pasta or potatoes, something that can like soak in the oil, you don't even notice it. So having that with 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, I chose mayonnaise, but you could do like barbecue sauce or whatever sauce that you want. If you have that, that's 400 calories. And if you have 2 meals where you add these, that's an extra 800 calories. So if you have a bulking shake and 2 meal, and this isn't even counting how many calories are in the meal. The meal could be like 500 calories, right? So by the meals, like by themselves, they're 1,000 calories for 2, for example, plus another 400 each. So that becomes 900. You have 2 of them, 1,800 calories. You have the bulking shake, that's 1,000. You're at 2,800 calories. Like it's that simple, boys. It's really that simple. You just need to be utilizing the right things. You need to be working harder. It's not always about just eating more food. It's about liquid calories. It's about calorie dense foods. You need to make this process as easy as possible for you. Like, I don't want you to think you need to be eating like bland chicken and rice, and that's what bulking is, and that's what's stopping you from getting into the gym and gaining weight and building muscle, because it is not. Okay. The next thing, meal timing. This is like super underrated and no one really talks about this. This has helped me so much. aim to eat every 2 hours. I used to tell like some of my old clients, I used to get them to set an alarm on their phone for every 2 hours to remind themselves to eat, because chances are if you have a bad appetite and you're skinny, you probably don't even think about eating until like you get like a hunger signal. But you need to like become aware of this and get into the routine of eating like every couple of hours. It doesn't have to be like every 2 hours exactly, but just get into the routine of eating more frequently, because like your digestion will be way better doing this rather than like eating two super large meals like lunch and dinner and you just feel really full between meals. I'd much rather you eat smaller but more frequent meals. So for breakfast, have a bulking shake. For morning tea, you could have some almonds or like some Greek yogurt or something like that. For lunch, you could have one of those meals. For a snack after lunch, you could have, a peanut butter sandwich or some pikelets or a bowl of cereal before you go and train, and then you have dinner, and then you have like it's so easy to get in calories when you space out your meals, as opposed to waking up in the morning, oh, I'm not hungry, oh, it's lunchtime, let me eat, oh, I'm so full from lunch because I just ate like a fucking huge steak and I'm like so full now, oh, I better eat something for dinner. Like, do you not see how that works? Like, look at that. So aim to have 3 meals and 2 snacks. You will also be more hungry throughout the day doing it this way too if you're eating smaller but more frequent meals, and your body will adjust. You will get used to eating like this. It's going to be uncomfortable at the start, but you will get used to it. And like one tip I have on this is do not skip breakfast, bro. Like do not skip it. I understand you're not hungry or you don't have time. Go and drink that high calorie bulking shake. Go and drink this here. Take a screenshot of this and go and make it. The next thing, food swaps. So like what I was saying before, you don't need to like just eat more food. You need to be eating more calories. And they're two different things. They're two completely different things. So I've listed out some swaps here just to get you thinking. So instead of having potato, have rice or pasta. It's high in calories. Potato has a lot of like fiber in it as well. It's going to keep you really full. Another one, chicken breast for chicken thigh because it's a fattier cut of meat, or regular beef mince, which is a fattier cut of meat again. Next one, popcorn for pikelets. Have this before you train. Have some cereal before you train. Have a bit of bullshit before you train just to like get those fast digesting carbs in. Swap fruit for things like almonds or like trail mix or nuts, whatever. Cheese as well. Like, those cheese strings that you probably ate when you were a kid. They're super calorie dense. You could just like grab 6 of them. I don't even know how many calories it would be. And you can eat like 6 and two bites. It's so easy. Another one, beef jerky, high in protein. And the thing is like all these small changes add up throughout the day. That's what I'm trying to get at here. That's what I'm trying to get you to put like these like calorie dense additives onto your food. Olive oil, peanut butter, sauces, things like that. Bulking shakes, like they all add up throughout the day. So instead of like, for example, having fruit, you could have like a handful of almonds, right? And that's going to be so much more calorie dense. Because like, if there's a higher calorie option, you should be doing it. Like you should be choosing it. You should know that chicken thigh or beef mince is higher in calorie compared to chicken breast. Like you should know that you should be having rice or pasta instead of potato. You should know that you should be eating a bagel instead of normal bread. Like, and they're not like, it's not even like more food. It's the same volume of food for a higher amount of calorie. And that's what you need to be doing. That's like the key. That's the cheat code to this. Listen to what I just said. That was super important. And number 5, the 80-20 rule. So this framework helped me so much. So not only for getting in calories, but also like my training, my performance, etc. Because at the start, right, I didn't know like how clean I should be eating. I tried eating super clean, like no processed foods whatsoever. But I couldn't gain weight because like I was just eating like salad and like chicken breast and a little bit of rice. And I'm like, why am I not gaining weight? And then I tried eating more like dirty bulking, where I was like, I got really fat. I was eating a lot of junk food. I was drinking too many bulking shakes. You know what I mean? But the 80-20 rule, in my opinion, is the perfect balance for what you're trying to achieve. 80% of the time, focus on eating clean whole foods, one ingredient foods, right? So you got like chicken breast, chicken thigh, Greek yogurt, regular beef mince, eggs, tuna, pasta, rice, potato, fruit, things like that 80% of the time, because this is going to fuel your gym performance. You're going to feel good. You're going to have energy. Your skin's going to be nice. It's not going to be like really bad acne. You're not going to have like a bad body composition where you're like really skinny fat. Like there's so many benefits to eating this way. It's super important to be getting in your micronutrients and minimizing processed foods. But then again, 20% of the time, include some processed foods, because it's going to make hitting your calories a lot easier, especially when you start to like creep up with the amount of calories which you are eating, or you're really struggling with getting in your calories and like not being consistent. Like in transparency, I would rather you have like a takeaway or a cheat meal if you know that you're going to get your calories in by doing that. Obviously, it's not smart to do this every day from a financial standpoint, but like if it's a one-off time, like let's say you were out all day and you forgot to eat, rather than being like, oh, I'm not hungry, I'm just gonna like go to bed, have like some processed food, have like a cheat meal, have a pizza, because it's going to make hitting your calories a lot easier. So like an example of this, like let's say you need to be eating 3,500 calories. That's like the amount of food you need to be eating to gain weight. Let's say that the 2,500 calories here was, clean whole foods. I just realized this is meant to say 1,000, not 1.5. But let's say the food which you got in, 2,500 of those calories was clean. And then 20%, I actually don't know the conversion rate, but like just run with it. 1,000 calories was processed. And like this doesn't have to be from like one meal, like you just ate 1,000 calories of shit. This could be 1,000 calories like worked up of, like sauces, olive oil, cheese, trail mix, almonds, right? And that equates to 1,000 calories, because then you're going to find getting in your calories so much easier. You're not going to feel sick. You're not going to feel really bloated or anything like that. It's just going to be so much easier for you to do it this way, right? And 80-20 is like the perfect blend in my opinion. So that's the end of this video, boys. I really hoped it helped. Let me know what other videos you want to see in the comments below. And if you're really struggling with this and you do need some help with gaining weight and building muscle, you can check out the video linked in the description below. It shows you everything that I did to go from 54 kilos to 80 kilos. But other than that, boys, I'll see you in the next one.